All right, everybody, happy Thursday. Let's get right to it and focus on the next day or so. One day, 7 hours, 15 minutes till this halving. What's going to happen? Let's take a deep dive today into the Bitcoin cryptosphere. Great to see everyone. And let me get things over set up. Been really busy this morning. You know, markets are doing what they're doing, but they're very tradable. Great action. And that, whether we continue lower or what, is going to be a great market. So volatility, I always embrace. What's going on with Bitcoin? Let's dig deep. What's the software saying? What are the levels? Big 4-hour patterns down here. What do you folks think about this? Anyone scared? Nervous? Are we going to drop to 55K, 57K? Or do we dance around these type 2s because you're 2 of 2 everywhere? Type 2 with back-to-back crab patterns. What's the problem? We need confirmation. That's it. So I'm still treating any movement off of a level or a test as merely that. Is just let's do the reactions. That, you know, we could see a sizable reaction up to 67, 7, 68 and still do a retest. So we're going to have to kind of go out a little bit on the time frame. Take a look at what's going on with weekly setup. Where's the next opportunity? Where's the launch pad? That's the better thought. Where's the launch pad for whatever happens after the halving? Nice, Steve. Never be scared. Never be scared. If you're scared, step out. Take 5. What's going on, Mr. Ken, Evan, Drew, Street Shark, Mr. Affairs, Alex, Victoria, Miss Stephanie, representing the ladies in the audience. Always great to have at least 5% of the audience female. Can't be, you know, I won't say it, but great to see everybody. Welcome. Let's dig in. So we know the deal for a long time that we said that this type 1, look, if it was really strong, it would have kept going and acceleration would start at 74K. But I even got a tweet from our friend Terry over in Singapore a couple weeks ago. He was like, hey, could this happen? And I said, yeah, maybe. That would be the type 2. That would, from a harmonic perspective, that would be a better longer term resolution. Although, sure, going straight up is the strongest move of all. I don't think much changes because we're still looking for 4-hour patterns and daily time frames, daily oversolds, which has been the same combination time frame that we have been using for, I don't know, 6 months now. I mean, 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. We've been in this cycle for 6 months already. Remarkable. Anyway, you gotta like the fact that we have patterns, and I look at this halving announcement. Normally, I would say, you know, sell the news. That's I think one of the safest adages that the market has ever spewed out. So would you sell the news here for various reasons? What are the patterns really telling us? Because right here at the crab at 60,000, how many times are we going to bust through that? 61, 543. That's the big reaction. Okay, that's the first move up, and it's, you know, it's like a throwdown reaction. Also, don't forget, we're also scraping like this static 886 range going back to March. So in terms of the whole, you know, the severity of it all, the consolidation range is still this. And I still say that we could go back, have another retest to the highs, and still experience another retracement. We need to see some daily oversold triggers come in here. Okay. We have an extremely high level consolidation range. I think people are nervous because they are looking at this and saying, yeah, we're not going to get a straight off shot. What if something more substantial drops? Well, let's see what happens here. I think the next daily bullish pattern, wherever that is, if it's 60 or if it's a 4 hour or a daily, okay, that's your launch pad for the second half. Here's daily oversold. Are we daily oversold? No, not yet. Not yet. We're not. And we've my folks, in our group over in the Discord group, have been talking about the need for confirmation. We do have a ton of patterns in your favorite T coins. A lot of daily things have come together. It's probably a little early, and I'd still want to see confirmation. Regardless, look at this. Oh, let me clean this up. For the exact levels that we look at, listen, this HSI at 60,683, 60,683, right there. 600, 800, 6,000. Why am I tongue tied today? 60,800 is a very critical test with some of the other 4 hour phenomenon. Okay, bang around there for a little bit, but I'll tell you what needs to happen now. Okay, I want to see 2 more days, 2 more individual bullish days. Yesterday was technically a check back, basically a retest of this whole support zone. Now give me a green candle, because the next green candle likely gets us launching again. And that's it. At least a run back to 67 or 68. You heard it here first. Anyway, hey, folks, today's giveaway Thursday. Let's give away a Harmonic Trader book. First person to type in Harmonic Trader, we will mail you. You have to be domestic. If you're international, we'll give you 30 days gold membership or the software. We're going to start giving away a few more. Like I said, I found those books, and my wife wants me to clean out the garage. So I'm giving away these books in the next few weeks. Signed the Harmonic Trader. None of you have won this book, by the way. There you go. Crypto Hammer. You win. Right on. We'll give away another one a little later. Okay, so that's the deal on daily. Here's the weekly. I find this interesting with the yellow dot. So something I'm looking at where we've had yellow dots before. Bearish last time. What did that yield? 3-4 week pause. So best case scenario, we have another dot. What does that mean? For what we do, okay? First pause area for Harmonic Strength Index on the weekly. Second pause area, Harmonic Strength Index weekly. If you don't know what Harmonic Strength Index, just think of relative strength. It's pretty much a bias indicator. The strongest move right now for BTC is just simply to pause in this area the same way we've seen here, or even back here, February 23 down at 22, 23,000. Because if the market was going to continue lower, it would have been right there. What happened? You took it out after 30 days. That's what we should be thinking about. 30 weeks, excuse me. 30 weeks was the blowout. But even 4, 8 weeks, little window here. Let the air out of the tire, and then we're just waiting. If this is a true pause, we're looking for stuff like that. And you're almost down there on the weekly chart. So no matter what, you're getting close to letting enough air out of the tire within the long-term uptrend to set up for the anticipated move. Godsu, you were third, Godsu. Sorry, man. I don't know if it's I can show you a screenshot of my screen. It's all right. There's plenty of opportunity to win. Okay. And folks, if you haven't, God, Sue, have you taken advantage of at least getting the software for free? Okay. You know, go over here, harmonictrader.com, free 2-week trial. So if you didn't win the book, you can get the book and all the books on the basic member page here. So please check that out and send your TradingView username to HPC at SR-analyst. A lot of people are signing up, kind of a new crowd, new people still kind of finding us, which is great. But get it all there for free. And again, I said this last time, guys, I don't accept money. I don't do the mirror trading programs, prop stuff for a reason. And I'll never ask you for money. So if any scammer or anybody's like, hey, this is Scott Carney official account, please ignore them. Do not give anybody money. And any place where you need to do anything is through my software partner site, Divergence. That's sr-analyst.com or Harmonic Trader. All right, back to the show. Listen, Bitcoin is in a great spot for having what you want to see when we're looking left in terms of indicator considerations. Because here we are with the weekly. So guess what? The weekly complex structure has come out of the zone. All right? That's a fact. And we have kind of outlined that for a whole month, 6 weeks of saying, hey, we want a complex structure. We want this to come to the 50. You're getting pretty close. Why? Because that's the strongest formation that will then lead to the retest, and then the retest is where we blow it out. Interestingly enough, the prior complex formation, which was back at the end of last year, it came out but then went back in and kind of was the trigger when you turned right back up into the zone for that accelerated move. Now, it doesn't have to come to the 50, but it's certainly the amplified RSI. We want to be monitoring that week over week. I will do it here for you folks because it's getting more and more critical. If HSI could come down, this is a sheer, I'm not talking price, I'm talking simply indicator metrics. Think of it as we let enough air out of the tire, okay, to correct for the past 6 months. 6 months gains. In terms of price, it's minuscule. In terms of the indicator, this is how we get set up. We get set up to launch where this larger trend really continues. So no matter what, the last couple of trading sessions, that action has made you feel, I'm closely watching. I want to see those kind of triggers for Bitcoin. For me, 63 or 64 or 61 doesn't really matter because the accelerated move on everything that we've talked about is above all-time highs. It's above 74,000, 73.5. We've talked about that. And this is an outlook that from the get-go, I said this whole scenario takes us easily into January. Okay, January, February, but we could see the bulk of the gains by November. Absolutely. Great to see everyone. What's up, New York? How are you doing today? What's up, Vegas? Evan? Great to see everybody. Let's take a look at, hold on, let me go to Ethereum. Because I think Ethereum, if obviously they're going to do the move, you're looking for where's Ethereum going to launch? Because here's a dot. Ethereum is trying to put in a daily dot. Depends on your data feed. Here we go again. But most of them have the daily dot. What does that mean? It's a retest of that signal stabilizing. We need that close to hold there. Generally, the 3,000 level is what we're looking at. Trying to find, hold on, where's the Binance feed? There you go. Dot on the Binance feed, but that has to be on the close today. 4-hour charts like this. Still a crab pattern. Around 2,900. Notice there's no confirmation on that. Not yet. So I'm looking at any kind of a sell-off to trigger that oversold reading on the 4-hour. You see the daily. 4-hour, nothing really there yet. But nice pattern, type 2. Where's the, let me just check some of these other feeds. Coinbase feed. There you go. Coinbase feed, Binance feed, your two biggest. That's what you want to see. So at least you have patterns on the 4-hour. Daily's oversold. This is the recipe we've been talking about all along. You're close. Start looking. We're close. Let's look at a couple of the bigger speculative stuff. You know what I'm going to say. Things like Fetch AI. Okay. I sold some more of that off. I said that last time, still holding. I do think that this 4-hour around $2, it's got to hold. I mean, you can't basically give up any more than what you just did. I also said that I was kind of disappointed in myself that I should have been more proactive at the 3618 around 280, even though it went to 350. I mentioned I was, took a small chunk off up here. I took more off there, and that's fine. Okay, it was almost like a penalty. Put myself in the penalty box on 20 more percent, and if we're going to get the super home run, we'll see. But I'm defensive. Now you have other things like, this speculative beast, Filecoin, and it's a daily with its ideal. So folks, if you're looking for opportunities, here you go. Filecoin setting up for a beautiful type 1 with confirmation. That's a month ago, everybody, internet computer, ICP, they were trying to run, and people were like, yeah, let's chase it above. It's going to break out above 10. But no, it's now here at 540 with confirmation. Should get you at least a type 1 up to 750. It's not a bad move. I mean, you're percentage-wise, these are really good, tradable, immediate daily setups. If beyond the reaction, we'll see. But you have a yellow dot. T1, HSI arrow, yellow dot. I mean, it's perfect. A couple more like this. I've mentioned this one, Gala. So here's Gala. A couple of more yellow dot. This was a 4-hour. And real T-coin, but like right on the money. That pattern right off the top. Yeah, dot. And some of those other AI. Remember AIOZ? That thing went crazy from like 10 to $1. That's not the best one. That's not the one I'm looking at. Oh, it was PAL. It was PAAL. It's another AI. There you go. Daily time frame. Okay. You would have killed for a Gartley like that a month ago, right? Well, there you go. PAL AI. Now, I'm not going to overhype this other than say this is a beautiful 4-hour structure. I mean, hop baselining at the hop where trigger, send it for a run back to target 1. That's a nice move. Don't be thinking just yet that we're going to skyrocket, all-time new highs from here, especially since it's already done. Oh, what's that? Back in October. Oh, yeah, that's a penny. Okay, nice one. That's a penny. A penny to 80 cents. So keep that in perspective. But hey, we went from 80 down to 27. We can run it back to 59. Not a big deal. This is crypto. These are the kind of opportunities that they move fantastically in percentage terms. We're not. Let's not kid ourselves. Really, we're hyper speculating on penny stocks here, but great moves and tremendously harmonic. Some of the other ones that I recently checked out, this one, a Riot Chain, I mentioned that. I think last time on the 4-hour, another bat pattern, 4-hour yellow dot floor at 1020. And a 4-hour pattern. Where's daily? Daily, almost perfectly oversold here. There you go. I mean, amplified on the daily coming out of the zone. That's the kind of thing you want to see. Let me blow this up. Listen, this is amplified RSI. It's our proprietary RSI signal. It's very helpful to integrate RSI. Whether you look at the free indicator, Wells Wilder's version, doesn't matter. Okay. This is an important formation where it's a complex structure. You have a higher low, and now we're out. So you're out of the zone. You can start considering it now that we've kind of cleared it and come up and at least go to the 50. So you're still in a reactive mode because what we'll see most frequently come up to the 50. That's a complex structure. Then we'll have to have a retest. But right now, many of these kind of T-coin, deeply oversold, are setting up for a nice reaction. It's close. Couple more. Where is AGIX? Another one of those. Yellow dot on the daily, checking back. Daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. Okay, that's a deep crab. Kind of tough to catch that one. That was, hold up. That was Binance feed. It was a butterfly. Yeah, it was on the Binance feed. Better data on the Binance feed. Binance Coinbase. If you ever, really want, you have a question or you're on some, foreign broker that has like minuscule data, even Gemini has data. They don't have enough volume. Go to Binance or Coinbase for your harmonic pattern data. And there, 75 cents. Okay, now 85. But this could easily pop to above $1. What's up, Hammer? Solana. Yeah, that's a good one to look at. 140. It got to that 127 on that was on Tuesday, like scraping the low. Here's the Solana deal though. Daily oversold, guys. 4-hour patterns. So you have the daily. And that's good. Daily oversold. We need probably another day. And didn't this have where's the bat pattern? There's a bat pattern right off of here. There you go. And that's daily on the Binance feed. So, oof, that's sweet. You're checking back. The crazy thing is you already did that first reaction from 121 back to 154. That's okay. I would still allow the larger development. Like, let that get another green day. Because if this is really going to sail and we're looking for the launch to say from here, we'd have to hit 121. But you're looking for that to hit 121 and go to target 2 at 175. but very possible and beautiful pattern. Here's the other one. This one hit. The looping deep crab in Avalanche. I mean, yellow dot coming in. Right there. It didn't, that didn't get down there. It really close. I'm not jumping yet. I'm not jumping yet. You're 34 on Avalanche. You got within a buck. I'll look at that. I'm going to wait. Because if you could hit that 28, you would satisfy this retest of that crab pattern. Everyone else is looking at that as, oh yeah, that's the last pivot point. But you had a deep crab there. That means something. It's a critical inflection of this long-term trend. There you go. You hold here. You put in a higher dot. At least put a higher dot in than the last dot. That matters. A couple others follow up from last time. Remember Kosh Network? Where'd you go? AKT. There you go. Beautiful patterns right off the top. Yellow dot printed. That did print on Tuesday. Another AI play. Oh, what about the AI tech? I think that was a 4-hour down there. Yeah, some deep crabs down there too. So, you guys, you see what I'm saying? AI took it in the chin. It has gotten oversold. Now you're forming a bunch of patterns where this could be the next setup. You're definitely close. All good though. What's up, Justin? What are we going to do with that gala, man? 8 down to 4. Are you kidding me? I had a chunk. I had to peel a little bit off of that one. Injective. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that because look, daily oversold, yes, but I need a dot. 4-hour. Yeah, had a like 29.30. You're back at 27.80. I'd wait. I'd want to wait on that. I'd want to wait on that. That's really overstretching kind of our ideal pattern areas. Mutable X, a little bit different though. Where's the has a bat pattern right here, perfect dot. Ah, dang feed, Bybit. I need Binance. Coinbase. Sorry, I have a bat pattern right here, and I have a dot on the mutable X right where we are right now. Huh. I don't know why it's not coming out. I'll have to look at this. But I think you guys can see it, connecting dots here. Like that, 886. Under a shade under $2, but there's the dot. So on the close tonight, we start looking for that. Let that complete. We have to print it tonight before it's anything. Okay, a few more. Then I got to jump over to Qs and NASDAQ and what the hell's going on there. A couple more that we've mentioned before. Axie Infinity. It's another dot, and it's right back at that 665, 650 area. I'd be looking there. Again, the dot, a lot of these put in a dot a day or two ago. Check out Doge. Yes, I said it, Doge. It's been printing some interesting patterns recently. Hold on. It's a 4-hour. I'm looking because all the knuckleheads will pile into this on the cycle. It won't matter, but it needs a type 2. That's at like 13.4 cents, maybe back as low as 12. It's, that kind of a thing. I'd rather let that drop down, give me another retest. If I miss it, so what? It's Doge. But if I can get that on the retest, one more, you got me. I like that. I mean, it'd be good for at least a 25, 30% pop. Here's another one. I'm long this. Let's see what happens here. Bitcoin Cash. I'm not as crazy about it as I was a few days ago. Shark. And I'm just looking for that to go back and retest the crab pattern still. You got to see. It's this kind of stuff has to get moving. I'll show you another one that has to get moving. This is big time. And it's a daily type 2. Where'd you go? I really like it. Structurally, it's perfect type 2 area. But we need to get out of the zone. Look, here's what I like about it, that it deeply oversold. It needs to pop out. I want to add on this. If this comes out and can break out of here, it's going to be a nice reactive move. But I'm probably a touch early. Under 24 cents is that XA. Yeah, okay. I'll look at XRP. Why not? It's another flush down to 42. Now 50. I think 47 forever. I think if you could just set some orders. There you go, XRP. It's about that weekly pattern, but look, bullish HSI signals in XRP. I just think this is a frustrated crypto with a lot of frustrated crypto holders. But the patterns are there. We go through this every time with crypto, with XRP. It's like, why hasn't it moved? It's perfect. It's got everything. And now you keep banging against a couple of HSI signals that every time it gets to 48 cents, 47 cents, whatever, it's a buy. It just hasn't done any substantial move where you're there trying to set up some kind of type 2 to go to $1.32. That doesn't change. Doesn't change. I'm done. Let's come back. Let's come back to them Tuesday. We got to look at NASDAQ because NQ rolling over again. Look at that. And we talked about why we were favoring these 4-hour patterns lower and since our last time, and here it is. The bat at 17.9 failed. We're right back now, and as we did this, remember the non-confirmation from last week? We did the type 1, right, type 2, but there was no, where's the dot? There's no arrow. There's no, like, that's an HSI arrow, that's an HSI dot. At least here we have something. There was really nothing, no non-confirmation. I don't like those setups. I want a dot. It's why we designed it that way. Yes, you can get moves without confirmation, but your stronger setups are usually with confirmation. Right now, the only thing I care about is 17,565. And you're like right there as of this morning. Okay, here's what happened this morning. Go to the hourly. Same pattern, couple of HSIs down here, right off of 565. There's the HSI. And I said this to my crew, where you had to check that back. So 17,582. You need to retest this. You're trying to print a prior dot. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here on the hourly or 4-hour, but are we daily oversold? Because we're going to apply the same set of parameters, daily oversold, 4-hour patterns. What's this say? Not yet. Need to come in. Need to get oversold like we did at the end of January. We're not there yet. Same deal with amplified. It's oversold, but that needs to spend a couple of more bars pivoting and getting out before this reaction's over. Retracement. Not to mention, I highlighted this last time. We have, this is 2024. That's the 2024 range. We're now retested, as of yesterday, retested half of the year's gains. So it gave back half the year's gains. What are we going to go? 618, 17.4, or a full 886? And that's well under 17. It was 16.8. Until we get that confirmation, folks, that's how it's shaping up. Q filled its spring gap. But they have other gaps to fill. We need to see these HSI signals come around, especially when you're this far along and amplified is deeply oversold. That could hit over the next 2 or 3 days. We could see, we could see this thing dive down into next week and then trigger. I'm looking at this. Where did this really start? Well, you go off the top here. It was like a failed breakout. Where's the 1618 offshoot? It's, pretty much like right there. Of that last ditch up, 1618 is like 17,524, 520 area. Just treat this as like a throwdown move. That's exactly what it is. It's like, hello, I need to get rid of about, $100 billion of stock. Okay, we need to do a 5% correction, something like that. Would be amazing. Just keep in mind also, what's a 10% correction right off the top? All right, 10% corrections, like almost 1,900 points off the top. That puts you down to 16.6. So that's how you get not only an 886 retest of this year's gains, but you get your stealth 10% correction. Could that really happen? Well, no. I mean, we'll literally know by Monday because we need to complete this. And the way that it's completing is it's not going sideways. We're continuing lower to let the air out of the tires. It has to go lower. Bitcoin's actually been acting stronger. Same type of deal, but it's going sideways. Every day, bangs around 60K, 61K. We could, again, don't get me wrong, we could have a deeper correction, but you're letting a lot of air out without losing price. NASDAQ, a little bit different at the moment. And I argue it started like Monday. That was a critical breakdown bar on the daily. So let it do the flush. I would look for the flush. Couple of more. Probably need to peek at like what's NVIDIA doing. Yellow dot. Earnings are not till next month. Is this another opportunity? Where's the 4 hour? Nothing yet. Nothing yet. 4 hour patterns? Nope. Daily oversold? Nope. There you go. Yeah, we're still down in our amplified. They're daily amplified. Run the trend line like that. So NVIDIA, not yet. Or even stuff like Meta, it's up there. It's doing well. A little bit better. There you go. HSI trying today. That's a different spot than NVIDIA. This would be the kind of thing. Again, daily oversold. There you go. But today's day one. Any 4 hour patterns in Meta? Thought we had something there. Thought we had a bad pattern. Yeah, we do. 4 hour pattern, daily oversold. 485 is the number for Meta. I like that. That's a lot more constructive than trying to chase something else. Hey, we got to look at Netflix because Netflix has a lot of things going on here, plus earnings. We really need to respect the type 2. And this is telling, this pattern alone for Netflix, folks. I think that's really telling for the whole market. No confirmation, but hop level at 624. It's up there. You know, the DOT and HSI, that's kind of in the vicinity of the XA. So I think if this is like a little overspill move, but 624 at the moment is a firm cap on a weekly chart. And how we look at this, where we respect even it's like this looping type 1, it did this crazy move, but yeah, we got to type 1 and then some. Now it is a type 2, and there's the designation. That stuff matters big time. Netflix got earnings. Can we, you know, are we going to sell the news here? Sell the report? Something's up. Something's up here. Hourly chart. I got nothing right. I wish I had a big Gartley. Something there to trigger right off of. Yeah, you had this back in April. Earlier this month, you know, around 6:30. You have some things here, but if we break this zone, it's a big deal. And I do think we could, because this hop level at 624.78, it's just, it has smacked that progress. That's tonight or tomorrow. I think that's tonight. Yeah, who knows? I really, I don't know. Hey everybody, welcome Mitch Ray to the chat. What's up, Mitch? How are you today? Mitch, what do you think of Netflix? What do you think of this? It is a type 2 by definition, and I'll tell you, it's something that only with the type 1, type 2 designations that I've really got my head around. In the last, I got to say the last year, in a way that I never have, where this is big stuff. First of all, the pattern, even though we overspilled, was significant to the top. Now it's a retest. Are we failing? Got to watch this. I'm trying to direct your eyeballs to things to be focused on. How about TSM, Taiwan Semi? Okay, look at that. Are we able to get through that dot? Complex structure. Taiwan Semi had earnings. They were supposed to be good. All right, and this was this was one of ours from last year. And we were looking to go from 84 to 117 and went to 140. Yellow dot, but what's the daily up here? Yeah. I will say this. Look, you could not get through these highs, even though you pierced them. In my book, that's a failure. That's a failure for now. Think of it that way. I mean, Taiwan Semi, a lot of these were banging up against big resistance, but can't get the follow through. Here is SMH, okay? Massive, not only 3-bar breakdown this week, 5-bar, 7-bar breakdown. And look at it this way. The complex structure has been triggered. You're oversold, great, but you're still 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away to getting in and then out. And semis, this complex structure to the 50 line on the weekly still says down. It's a great setup, but what do we need? We need another HSI. We need to let that thing get oversold. What about AMD? Okay, 154. I'll tell you the one. This one overran its shark, but where's the real 3 bar breakdown was last week. These really a crazy kind of a rush up into the zone, overran the shark. So that one, it's got a ways to go. Also, take a look. You're deeply oversold here. Still going to go down. And then here's a big one, Applied Materials, that really has my attention because where is the daily? And a big daily setup too. Hold on. Daily's not even oversold yet. Sorry. Weekly or what was on this? It was a monthly? Something really big. Gotta come back to it. And then how about like Broadcom on daily? So over the last like 2 months, we've been ping-ponging on Broadcom and just going to stay in this range, even though this is probably one of the strongest chips. What's the last HSI right there? So still down. Last bullish was just 6 weeks ago. You had a pop off of it. So stay in that range. Stuff like this, you're on your way back, and your best of cases for that, you go back to that like around 1200, 1150 area, and you still need to come down for HSI. Come down. Get oversold. Take a quick look at S&P 500, folks. What are some levels? Okay, because look, there's daily getting oversold. Needs to pivot out. Remember, daily oversold 4-hour patterns, apply them to stocks, equities. Any 4-hour patterns here? Not really. Not what I want to see, because there's no confirmation here on the 4-hour chart. That's it's not an easy read, but it's, look, there's no arrow. There's no arrow pointing up. There's no yellow dot. To really dumb it down, to think of it in that regard is important, because if I'm looking at 505 or I'm looking at 510 as possible areas, and I don't get like a yellow dot like that or an arrow in that zone, it's non-confirmation. The daily, today's first day you're hitting the oversold. And then the weekly, almost there too. Actually, look, it does seem a lot more severe because the last 6 months have been straight up, but check out where you are. Almost ideally oversold on the week, so let it go this week. Let inflection return next week. Think of it as a process, and at least your 50 line has been hit. Okay, you're getting close. I'm not trying to completely paint a bear scenario for this retracement. Let's set it up for the next oversold signals on the daily at a minimum. Some of these are weekly. So get down there, get oversold. It's almost like if we go back to October, September, October, we're like in here. We were like 2 or 3 weeks shy before the turn. That's where we are. That's hilarious. Who said that? Fortuna, Casu. We're Mitch, you and I are the Hall and Oates of harmonic patterns. Yeah, but now, look, Daryl Hall just sued John Oates. No, That's funny though. You say that. What's up, Paris? Let's look at those. Let's look at Apache and Oxy. Let's get over to crude oil. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, crude oil, CL futures, crude oil futures. Where you at? A little back up. Remember we had the daily shark last time? There you go. There's the shark. Just a couple days ago we were talking about this at 87. Shark to 50. Can we get to 76.91? Sure we can. What about Oxy? What about Apache? What about all of those? Buffett. Oh, it's another shark up here. Let me trace it out. Here's Oxy. Shark. Back down. Shark to shark. 1 and then 2. Now here's, look, T1 hits 61, goes right through. Retest that shark. So for Oxy, what are you looking for? Another oversold reading. This is, Oxy's fine. Look, let this thing get oversold. 70 bucks was a temporary ceiling. But what do you have here? Your HSI oversold, amplified is already down. Can you get, if you got oversold again, that's your next opportunity. Why? Because the weekly time frame, remember this. You're stuck in this range forever. At least 2+ years. There to there. The real fireworks are above 74. There's that number again, 74. Above 74 on Oxy is where it really takes off. Until then, yeah, okay. Bang between those ranges. Other oils like, here's Valero, you know, refiners. Just another inflection on the uptrend. Come on down, hit the uptrend channel, and go again. Valero on the daily. Yeah, that's real interesting on Valero. I'm sure, I know Mitch, I think you saw this too. Crab pattern, right at a 1618, but it's a type 1. So here comes your next opportunity for Valero. Come on down to like 152 and set something up down here for the return move. That's ideal stuff. Get the trend to continue after this pullback. I mean, Valero is a beast on the monthly. Just so you guys know. That's a monthly all-time chart on Valero. And that's just remarkable stuff. Where'd it go here? I think in the energy complex, refiners. All right, just keep riding that. You're on the top end of that channel. Let it come back down. But longer term, definitely. I mean, it's super strong. I would say even a median retest here. You got overextended. But I'm looking for, look, the deep crab, this regular crab, let it bring it in. And the same would be said for gold. So gold did remarkable move, and I think we got to watch it around 24.40 area. I would love for this thing to give some kind of a pullback. Here you go. Weekly is getting overbought. We're the one to look for the inflection. Where's the daily? Yeah, that's the deal on the daily. Here you go. Software's kicking out a couple of patterns. Shark, deep crab, all of them. Look, the numbers are like 2330 or just around 2300. You're almost at 2400. Just another situation. There's the dot. Just don't be surprised. We see some kind of a pullback. And the next real buy on this whole long-term thing is that whole stair step is back at 2108. That's a pretty crazy comment. I know people think gold's going to the moon, but not yet. I do think 2,800 next year, 2-3 years, sure. But we got to process some of these patterns. If we didn't take that to heart on the tech stuff a month ago, got to do it now. I'm watching that closely. And the other thing I got to watch, I got to bring up the 2-year yield. And everyone should be looking at this. Are things going to get out of hand? 2-year. There you go. We are back up at this 5+%, right at 5% on the 2-year yield. I'm gonna still give it time here. Where do we have a problem on yields is above the 5.3%. Okay, that's going to be an issue. That'll fail this bat pattern. I mean, currently, somewhere around 490, close to 5. If it's a true type 2, that should be capped up in here. Okay, so I'm not freaking out yet. The real problem is above 530 for yields, because you have to, if that fails, then you have to kick it out on your weekly time frame and say, what's that trend doing? How much of this long-term cycle on yields are we going to recover? You got to go back you have to go back decades. Yeah, it's amazing. That's the 50% mark at 5.1, 5.14. Do you do something bigger? So I'm watching this closely. I really think you could still give this plenty of time. There's no reason to rush in on anything. A lot of the patterns we see at the moment, we're early in that process. The dollar index looks like this. Sorry, come on. Let me clean it up. Big patterns up here on the monthly. But what happened? High level of HSI, I would still look at 107.40 on the monthly for the dollar futures. So we're going to still push this now. That's going to be a little more pressure on the market. If you're looking for reasons why the market's going down, it's this dollar futures chart on the monthly. Ever since we held this HSI level, we've been going sideways for a while. What, 15, almost 20 months? And you go back here, that's a full 30 months in the zone. Just like the interest rates, look, you lose if you break above these highs and start doing something crazy. That's where the market runs into trouble. Go back, you got to go back decades. Isn't that amazing? Go back decades. Make a run up to here. Not yet. I'm not saying, jump ship or anything like that. I'm just saying this is your current reason why markets are doing what it's doing. Crypto too, dollar futures, get back to 107.40 on this move, and then we'll see. Daily looks like this. Okay, we're up there already. Just so you know, we should be topping out up in here soon. If it's you're 106 now, go to 107, okay. 106, 107, fine. You get above 108, then we got a problem. So that's the big dollar thing to look for. Not really on the yeah, just nothing yet. Nothing yet. This has got to roll over. Dollar index futures are just not in the right spot to where you're going to say, oh, okay, dollar's going to go down. That should bring at least liquidity back to the markets. Oh, let me go USD JPY. We talked about that last time, and I wanted to highlight that. Where are you, Forex? This is the other one. So daily time frame, dollar yen, we talked about this last time. Since then, check out what's happened. We are at a perfect 2 of 2 of 2 spot with dots and arrows where, hey, this should be topping out very soon. 153, maybe as high as 155. Okay. Another thing, I don't talk about this that frequently, and you see the kind of the spot it's in on a daily chart. It's like, it's right there. It's right there scraping the top end with some bearish confirmation. Okay. If this thing does something strange from here, it doesn't roll over or it fails the pattern, something's up. It's like what I was saying a couple weeks ago with gold. But now we see it dollar yen futures. And you go, if we go out to the weekly, okay, look, hop even on the weekly chart, it's clearer. That's a big type 2. If you're going to get the dollar to roll over against all the pairs, but look, dollar yen, okay, one of the top traded pairs in the world, it has to do that. Literally in the next, I don't know, 2 to 4 weeks for this dollar situation to get alleviated. Remember last year, take a look. Why did the market rally? Okay, dollar futures took a tank right into the end of the year. Since the beginning of the year, they've been going back. You need to see the same thing happen. You're not there yet. And I would even say you need a bearish week to set it off. It's a big deal. There are things like this we have to look at more now than I would say than in the last 2 years. Because if gold has popped off, interest rates are doing stuff that's pretty squirrely. And then you look at dollar yen pairs where, hey, we have to reverse off of that type 2 bat, or you kick it up to the next time frame monthly, then just like gold, something much larger is happening. And dare I say, you make the run like not 158, but like 168, which is a monthly target one on dollar yen. Okay, that's like 1,400 pips higher from current levels. That's what's at stake. And I know we probably should spend more time on these kind of historic monthly charts. They're fascinating, especially with the harmonic patterns. But that tells the bigger picture of what's really happening here. Dollar yen, eye on it. All right, let's give away one more Harmonic Trader book. First one to type in Harmonic Trader. You get the book or your choice of software, gold membership. Okay. You have to contact Miss Stephanie on our Discord, please, to get there. And the Discord link is, it's in the, it's there in the, hold on, I'm going to give you a new Discord link. Get on Discord. Okay, great, you win. There you go. Who was the first one? Philip Kohler, that's who I see. There's the Discord link, guys. Get there. Philip Kohler, you got to contact Miss Stephanie, and there's the Discord link to join us. All right. Let's circle back where we started today. Bitcoin, folks. The big halving coming up. Amazing. We've come this far. There it is. Weekly chart. You know the deal. Dailies like this. checking back. Can we get the check back there? Like what's that prior reading? It's 60,800. And I think we hit it. Yeah, we hit it. So we have checked back. So this is the deal with Bitcoin. You hold this big triangle area. You have to. And we know on the 4-hour chart, we have patterns. Only thing I want to see is confirmation. So we're close. We are close. Keep an eye on that whole setup on the daily time frame. By Tuesday, we will be well past this. I mean, where's the where is it? Yeah, I'll tweet it. Put it up, tweet it. Nice. Listen, just let this finish what it needs to do. That's all. I don't think this retest of these patterns is much of a big deal. I don't think even the halving is much of a big deal. It's just where is the launch pad for the rest of the next year. We'll talk about that on Tuesday. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Have a great halving. I'll see you on Tuesday, as always.